I am Bharati, your commerce teacher. Today we are going to see about Unit 10 Company Law and Secretarial Practice. Lesson number 26. Title of the lesson is Companies Act 2013. Under the topic Evaluation and History of Company Law in India, the Companies Act 2013, Meaning and Definition of Company, Formation or Incorporation of Company, Promoter, Procedural Aspects of Company Formation, Share and Shares Capital, Issue of Shares, Bonus Share and Rights Shares, Share Certificate and Share Warrant, Share and Stock, then debentures. Then what are the difference between debentures and shares, or shares and debentures? So the above topics will be discussed in this class. Now we can see the topic Evaluation and History of Company Law in India. The concept of company or corporation in business is not new, but was dealt with in 4th century BC itself during Arthashastra days. Its shape got revamped over a period of time according to the needs of business dynamics. So see the picture. This is the evaluation and history of company law in India. Then next, company form of business has certain distinct advantages over other forms of business like sole proprietorship, partnership, etc. So see the picture, company case study, perpetual succession. Perpetual succession means the long life னு அர்த்தம். இங்கே பாருங்கள், சோல் ட்ரேடர். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பிக்சர் சோல் ட்ரேடர், அதாவது இந்த பிஸ்னஸ் லைக் சோல் ப்ரொப்ரைட்டர்ஷிப். யாருக்கு இது அட்வான்டேஜஸ் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, ஓவர் அதர் ஃபார்ம்ஸ் ஆஃப் பிஸ்னஸ் லைக் சோல் ப்ரொப்ரைட்டர்ஷிப், பார்ட்னர்ஷிப், எக்ஸெட்ரா. ஸோ சோல் ப்ரொப்ரைட்டர்ஷிப் மீன்ஸ் இண்டிவிஜுவல் பர்சன் கேன் மேனேஜ் த ஹோல் பிஸ்னஸ். இண்டிவிஜுவல் பர்சன், அதாவது சிங்கிள் பர்சன் கேன் மேனேஜ் தெம். அந்த ஹோல் பிஸ்னஸை மேனேஜ் பண்ணுறது யாருன்னு சொல்கிறோம்? சோல் ட்ரேடர்னு சொல்கிறோம். பட் பார்ட்னர்ஷிப் பாருங்கள், இந்த அதாவது 2 hands ஜாயின் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க பாருங்கள். அதாவது 2 or more person come and join together, do the business, earn a profit or loss, sharing of agreed ratio. It is known as the partnership அப்படி சொல்கிறோம். சிங்கிள் பர்சனுக்கும் இந்த பார்ட்னர்ஷிப்புக்குள்ள டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் பாருங்கள். இந்த பிக்சர்ஸ்லேயே தெரியும் உங்களுக்கு. ஒரு சிங்கிள் பர்சன் ஹோல் பிஸ்னஸையும் மேனேஜ் பண்ணுறாரு. பட் இங்கே வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 2 hands together இல்லையா, அப்போ பார்ட்னர்ஷிப்னு சொல்கிறோம். ஸோ இட் இன்க்ளூட்ஸ் ஃபியூச்சர்ஸ் such as limited liability, then perpetual successions. அதாவது கம்மியான ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டி தான் நமக்கு இருக்கும். அதுமாதிரி பட் இதுன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கண்டினியூஸாக இருக்கும். தட் பர்பச்சுவல் சக்சஷன் லாங் லைஃப் உள்ளது இது அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறோம். தென் நெக்ஸ்ட் டாபிக், எவாலுவேஷன் அண்ட் ஹிஸ்ட்ரி ஆஃப் கம்பெனி லா இன் இந்தியா. ஸோ த இயர்லியஸ்ட் பிஸ்னஸ் அசோசியேஷன்ஸ் இன் இங்கிலாந்து வேர் த மெர்ச்சன்ட் guilds. Some of the merchant associations or guilds who have regulated the companies are a royal charter established the East India Company in the year 1600. In England, the joint stock company non-stopper annakodiya company தான் நமக்கு வந்து joint stock companyன்னு சொல்கிறோம். The joint stock company act was passed for the first time in 1844. In the year 1850, taking the English Joint Stock Companies Act 1844 as a base, provision was made for registration of joint stock companies compulsory. ஜாயின்ட் ஸ்டாக் கம்பெனியை கண்டிப்பாக நம்ம ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணி தான் ஆகணும். சோல் ப்ரொப்ரைட்டர்ஷிப் வந்து நம்ம ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணணும், நாட் நெசசிட்டி ரெஜிஸ்டர் இன் த சோல் ட்ரேடர். பட் பார்ட்னர்ஷிப் வந்து நமக்கு ஆப்ஷனல் சொல்கிறாங்க. உங்களுக்கு விருப்பம் இருந்துச்சுன்னா நீங்கள் ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணிக்கலாம், வேண்டான்னு சொன்னால் அக்ரிமெண்ட்டில் நீங்கள் சைன் பண்ணிக்கலாம். யார் யாரெல்லாம் பார்ட்னராக இருக்கிறீங்க அப்படிங்கிறத சைன் பண்ணிக்கலாம். பட் அது வந்து நமக்கு ரிட்டன் டாக்குமெண்ட் இஸ் மஸ்ட்ன்றதை நம்ம அக்ரிமெண்ட் பண்ணிக்கிறோம், ஓவராலாக போடாமல். ஆனால் இது வில் கம்பேர் டு சோல் ட்ரேடர் அண்டு பார்ட்னர்ஷிப்பை கம்பேர் பண்ணும்போது நம்ம ஜாயின்ட் ஸ்டாக் கம்பெனி நம்ம என்ன பண்ணோம், கண்டிப்பாக நம்ம ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணியே ஆகணும். ஸோ ரெஜிஸ்ட்ரேஷன் இஸ் கம்பல்சரி இன் த கேஸ் ஆஃப் ஜாயின்ட் ஸ்டாக் கம்பெனி. Then next one, evaluation. The Joint Stock Companies Act was passed in India by introducing the concept of limited liability in the year 1857. 1857ல் அவங்களோட ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டி நம்ம என்ன சொல்கிறாங்கன்னு சொன்னால் லிமிட்டடாக தான் இருக்குதுன்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. ஓகேங்களா. இன் 1913ல் the Indian Companies Act of 1913 was passed. The act introduced the institutions of private companies in the corporate sector in India. ஸோ ஜாயின்ட் ஸ்டாக் கம்பெனி இது பாருங்கள், இங்கே என்ன கொடுத்துருக்காங்க பாருங்கள் பிக்சரில். ஆஃபீஸ் ஆஃப் த ரெஜிஸ்ட்ரர் ஆஃப் ஜாயின்ட் ஸ்டாக் கம்பெனிஸ் அண்ட் ஃபர்ம்ஸ். ஜாயின்ட் ஸ்டாக் கம்பெனியோட ஃபேர்மு வித் என்னது ரெஜிஸ்டர் ஆஃபீஸு இதுலேயே நமக்கு ஜாயிண்டாக இருக்குன்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. The next, after independence based on recommendation of the Sri H.C. Baba Committee in 1950 and the provisions of the English Companies Act 1948. The Companies Act 1956 was introduced in the Parliament. The Companies Act 1956, after 1 year, the Companies Act actually நமக்கு வந்து 1950 வந்து நமக்கு ப்ரொவிஷன்ஸ் ஆக்ட் ஆஃப் த இங்கிலீஷ் கம்பெனிஸ் ஆக்ட் வந்து 1948 பண்ணுறது இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. பட் த கம்பெனிஸ் ஆக்ட் 1956 வாஸ் இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் இன் த பார்லிமெண்ட். த கம்பெனிஸ் ஆக்ட் 1956 கேம் இன்டு ஃபோர்ஸ் ஆன் 1st April 1956. The main objectives of Companies Law 1956 are the sustained trust and faith of shareholders. அதாவது உண்மையாக நடந்துக்கணும் பங்குதாரர்கள் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. டு ப்ரொடெக்ட் அண்ட் ப்ரிசர்வ் த ரைட்ஸ் ஆஃப் ஷேர் ஹோல்டர்ஸ். ஹூ இஸ் அ ஷேர் ஹோல்டர்? ஒன் ஆஃப் த மெம்பர் ஆஃப் த கம்பெனி இஸ் நோன் அஸ் ஷேர் ஹோல்டர். டு ஹாவ் drastic control over all the activities of company. To make regulation of an effective annual meeting. Then another one objective, the investment of general public should be used for the development of society or social welfare activities. So these are the main objectives of Companies Act 2013. Then next topic, the Companies Act 1956 has been amended from time to time. From 2006 to 2009, some important changes was made. The first one is the Company Law Board has been abolished and National Company Law Tribunal is formed. That is a CLB, Company Law Board. Company Law Board has been abolished and NCLT, that is a National Company Law Tribunal is frame பண்ணது எப்போன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஆக்சுவலாக இந்த 2006 to 2009. Then second one, the rehabilitation of sick companies will be undertaken. The weaker section of the companies will be undertaken by the NCLT. NCLT means National Company Law Tribunal, and not by the Board for Industrial and Financial Reconstruction. BIFR stand for Board for Industrial and Financial Reconstruction. Then earlier the BIFR was entrusted with the rehabilitation of sick companies as the matter come under the jurisdiction of the Sick Industrial Companies Act 1985 SICA, அதாவது Sick Industrial Companies Act. But now the Industrial Companies Repeal Act 2003 has replaced Sick Industrial Companies Act, and the work of revival and rehabilitation has been entrusted to NCLT, National Company Law Tribunal அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறோம். Then Sick Industrial Companies, that is a Special Provision Act 1985. The National Company Law Tribunal. The ரெண்டு pictures பாருங்க. See the two pictures. First one picture is Sikh Industrial Companies Special Provisions Act 1985. Then another one picture, National Company Law Tribunal. Then next one, again the Companies Act has been amended in the year 2013 and has introduced several new concepts and definition. So introduction of the Companies Act 2013. So see the picture, Companies Act 2013. Yes, yeah, statistical report பாருங்க, 470 sections இருக்கு. ஓகேங்களா? ஸோ நம்பர் ஆஃப் ஷெட்யூல்ஸ் அப்படி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 7, தென் நம்பர் ஆஃப் சாப்டர்ஸ் 29, தென் நம்பர் ஆஃப் செக்டார்ஸ் அதாவது செக்ஷன்ஸ் 470 செக்ஷன்ஸ். ஓகேங்களா? இங்கே பாருங்கள், 470 செக்ஷன்ஸில் 7 ஷெட்யூல்ஸ், 29 சாப்டர்ஸ். Then Companies Act 2013. The new 2013 Companies Act got the assent of President on 29th August 2013, but it was passed in the Lok Sabha in Rajya Sabha. The Lok Sabha பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 18th December 2012 and in Rajya Sabha 8th August 2013. 2012 வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா லோக்சபாவிலையும் 18th December 2012 எப்போ பாஸ் பண்ணாங்க, லோக்சபாவில் பாஸ் பண்ணாங்க. தென் ராஜ்யசபாவில் எப்போ பாஸ் பண்ணாங்க இந்த ஆக்ட் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கம்பெனிஸ் ஆக்ட் 2013ன்றத 8th August 2013. The Act 2013 consists 29 chapters, 470 sections and 7 schedules as against 13 chapters, 658 sections and 15 schedules in 1956 Act. Separate chapters for registered valuers, government companies, furnish informations or statistics, NIDI, National Company Law Tribunal and Appellate Tribunal and special courts are introduced in Companies Act 2013. Then futures. Companies Act 1956, 13 parts, 658 section, 15 schedules. But Companies Act 2013, 29 chapter, 470 section, then 7 schedules. Some new concepts in Companies Act 2013, one person company, class action suit, woman resident director, then independent directors. But small or dormant company, small or dormant company அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா key managerial persons or secretarial audit, then rational of auditors or internal auditor, NCLT, special courts and NFRA, that is a corporate social responsibility. Then what are the difference between the basic, the important basic changes made in the new Companies Act 2013 are as follows. The first one changes types of companies, that is incorporations of company, types of company, maximum number of members for private companies, one person company, then commencement of business. Then changes pathina, changes made. First types of company, that is a public company, private company. There are two companies, one is public company, then another one is private company. One person company, that is a OPCE. இங்கே பாருங்கள், maximum number of members for private companies. A private company can have maximum of 200 members இருப்பாங்க. Then one person companyன்றதை நம்ம எது சொல்லணும்னா நியூ கான்செப்ட் இன்ட்ரடியூஸ்ன்னு சொல்கிறோம். Then commencement of business, now applicable to all companies having share capital. Then second one, memorandum of association. Let's say memorandum of association means outside of the company matters பத்தி நம்ம சொல்றோம். நம்ம என்ன சொல்றோம், memorandum of association. Articles of association ன்றது inside of the companies related to the company matters discuss பண்றத நம்ம articles of association சொல்றோம். இப்போ நம்ம பார்த்தீங்கன்னா memorandum of association MOA, that is a object class. இங்க பார்த்தீங்கன்னா MOA memorandum of association to contain the objects for which the company is proposed to be incorporated and any matter considered necessary in furtherance thereof. Then next one, key managerial person, KMP, section 2 out of 51. But in the case of change made, KMP includes key managerial person, CEO or MD or manager, then company secretary, WTD, CFO and such others officers as may be prescribed. Then next one, appointment of whole time KMP, அதாவது key managerial person appointed of whole time. The section 203 states that every company belonging to class or classes of companies as may be prescribed shall have KMP, that is a MD or CEO or manager, and in observe of a WTD. Then company secretary, chief financial officers is the appointment of the whole time. Then issue of shares. Then another one point is regarding issue of share capital. Issue of shares at a discount, that is a shares other than sweet equity shares cannot be issued at a discount. Then second one, issue of preference shares for more than 20 years. ப்ரிஃபரன்ஸ் ஷேர்ஸ்னா முன்னுரிமை பங்குகள் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறோம். அது எப்படி நம்ம வெளியிடணும்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா மோர் தென் 20 இயர்ஸ், அதிகபட்சமாக நம்ம 20 இயர்ஸ்க்கு மேலே நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுறோம், ப்ரிஃபரன்ஸ் ஷேர்ஸை வெளியிடணும்னு சொல்கிறோம். ஸோ ப்ரிஃபரன்ஸ் ஷேர்ஸ் ஹேவ் டு பி redeemed within 20 years of issue except for the shares issued for prescribed infrastructure projects. So provided a certain percentage of shares are reduced annually at the option of shareholders. Then notice of alteration of share capital. So first நம்ம என்ன பண்ணணும், ஷேர் ஹோல்டருக்கு இன்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணணும் இல்லைங்களா. The company shall file a notice in the prescribed form with the registrar within a period of 30 days. 1 மந்த்துக்குள்ளே 30 டேஸ்க்குள்ளே நமக்கு என்ன பண்ணணும், அந்த மாதிரி ஆல்ட்ரேஷன் பண்ண போகிறோம் ஷேர்ஸை வெளியிடுறதுக்கு அப்படின்றத நம்ம இன்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணணும். நோட்டிஃபை இன்டு த அதாவது அவங்களுடைய நாலேஜ், ஷேர் ஹோல்டர் நாலேஜுக்கு நம்ம நோட்டிஃபை பண்ணணும் வித்தின் 30 days ஆஃப் ரிடம்ஷன்ஸ் ஆஃப் redeemable preference shares. Then consolidation and division of shares. Consolidation and division which results in changes in the voting percentage of shareholders shall require approval of a tribunal to be effective. Then next one, body corporate. So operative societies and any other body corporate not being a company as defined in this act. Body corporate means a corporate entity which has a legal existence. According to section 2 out of 11, body corporate or corporation includes a private company, public company, one personal company, small company, limited liability, partnership, operative societies or other body corporate is being a company as defined in this act. This is a body corporate. Next, formation or incorporation. Section 3 out of 1 of the act states that a company may be formed for any lawful purpose by first one is 7 or more persons for public company in the case of private company இருந்துச்சுன்னா 2 or more persons for private company. One persons for one person company, that is to stay a private company by subscribing their names or his name to a memorandum and complying with the requirements of this act in respect of registration. The process of formations of company consists of different stages, which states where a person envisage an idea to form a company, and ends when a company gets a certificate from the registrar of companies after complying with the various provisions relating to the formation of a company. So formation, there are 4 stages. First one is promotion, then second one registration. Public and private companies வந்து கண்டிப்பாக நம்ம என்ன பண்ணணும், registration, then capital subscription and commencement of business. There are 4 stages is the formation of a company. So stage 1 promotion, stage 2 incorporation, stage 3 raising of capital, then 4th stage commencement of business. So formation of the joint stock company for the 4 stages. A private company can start operating its business immediately after registration, but a public company, a private company can அதை ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு முன்னாடி நம்ம என்ன பண்ணியிருக்கோம்னா, ஆஃப்டர் ரெஜிஸ்ட்ரேஷன் பண்ணதுக்கப்புறம் தான் நம்ம ப்ரைவேட் கம்பெனி தான் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ண சொல்கிறாங்க. பட் பப்ளிக் கம்பெனி ஹேஸ் டு பாஸ் த்ரூ 2 more stages. First one, capital subscriptions and commencement of the business. A public company can raise funds from the public by issuing shares after following all the legal provisions of a public issue which are specified in the Companies Act. A public company can start operating of its business. So private company வந்து நம்ம ஆஃப்டர் ரெஜிஸ்ட்ரேஷனுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் நம்ம பிஸ்னஸ் கமென்ஸ் பண்ண ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணணும். பட் பப்ளிக் கம்பெனி தான் நமக்கு என்ன பண்ணோம், ஃபுல் நோட்டிஃபிகேஷன் வந்ததுக்கப்புறம் தான் அதை பார்த்தீங்கன்னா லீகலாக நம்ம என்ன பண்ணோம்னா ப்ரொவிஷன்ஸ் ஆஃப் பப்ளிக் இஷ்யூ விச் ஆர் ஸ்பெசிஃபைட் இன் த கம்பெனி ஆக்ட். அப்போ தான் நம்ம பப்ளிக் கம்பெனி என்ன பண்ணோம், கேன் ஸ்டார்ட் ஆப்ரேட்டிங் ஆஃப் இட்ஸ் பிஸ்னஸ். Promotion stage begins when the idea to form a company comes in the mind of a person. So promoter means the persons who envisage the idea. So definition of promoters, section 2 out of 69 of the Companies Act 2013 defines the term promoter as under promoter means person who has been named as such in a prospects means information record, that is a notice board, or it's identified by the company in the annual return referred to in section 92 of who has control over the affairs of the company directly or indirectly, whether a shareholder, director or otherwise, in accordance with whose advice, directions or instructions the board of directors of the companies so accustomed to act. So it is known as the promoter. By virtue of above definition, person is in accordance with whose advice, directions or instructions the board of directors of the company is accustomed to act or also treated as promoters. However, if a person is merely acting in a professional capacity, that is giving only professional advice to the board of directors, he shall not be treated as a promoter. A promoter does various things to get the company promoted. Some of this are discussed below. Preliminary steps. First stage, this is a primary stage. Appoint bankers, solicitors, brokers for the company. Prepare the memorandum and the articles of associations of the company. Get it printed and registered. Actually, memorandum of association and articles of association company குள்ள inside of the company matter நம்ம டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணுறது தான் ஆர்டிகல்ஸ் ஆஃப் அசோசியேஷன் சொல்கிறோம். பட் மெமோரண்டம்ன்றது அவுட் ஆஃப் த கம்பெனிஸ் மேட்டர் நம்ம டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணுறது தான் மெமோரண்டம் ஆஃப் அசோசியேஷன் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறோம். Find the persons who are ready to sign the memorandum and articles of association. First நம்ம ஃபைண்ட் அவுட் பண்ணணும் யார் வந்து நமக்கு மெமோரண்டம் அண்ட் ஆர்டிகல்ஸ் அசோசியேஷனில் சைன் பண்ணுறது ரெடியாக இருக்காங்கன்றது. தென் என்டர் இன்டு preliminary contract, அது essential இல்லையா, ஃபஸ்ட் ஸ்டேஜ். Contract with underwriters, suppliers of raw material, plant and machinery, etc. The stage of promotion starts when a promoter conceives the idea to form a company and ends when the company is formed and it is handed over to the directors. ஃபுல்லாக நம்ம யார்கிட்ட ஒப்படைக்கணும்னு சொன்னால் hand over to the directors. What are the procedural aspects of company formation? The first one, second stage, incorporations of registration. In this stage, the promoter does the following. First one is application for the availability of name of company. Then second one, preparation of memorandum and articles of association. Then third one, declaration from the professional. Then fourth one, preparation of affidavit from the subscribers to the memorandum. Then fifth one, furnishing verification of register office. Then sixth one, preparation of particulars of subscribers. Seventh one, preparation of particulars of first directors along with the consent to act as directors. Then power of attorney. Power of autonomy. This is a procedure of aspects of the formation of the company. Then application for availability of name of company. As per section 4 out of 4, the promoter of the company has to file an application in a prescribed form and manner with necessary fee as prescribed in the law to the register for the reservation of a name. The application should state the name of the proposed company or the name to which the company proposed to change its name. Certificate of incorporation. After scrutinizing all the documents filled by the promoter, the registrar enters the name of the company in the register of companies and charges a registration fees. After the verification அப்புறம் நம்ம என்ன ஸ்க்ரூட்டனைஸ் பண்ணதுக்கப்புறம் எல்லா டாக்குமெண்ட்டும் ஃபில் பண்ணியிருக்காங்களா பார்த்துட்டு கம்பெனி என்ன பண்ணுறா ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணுறதுக்கு நம்மகிட்ட சம் அமௌண்ட்டை ஃபீஸாக ரெஜிஸ்ட்ரேஷன் ஃபீஸாக சார்ஜ் பண்ணிக்கிறாங்க. த ரெஜிஸ்ட்ரார் தென் இஷ்யூ த சர்டிஃபிகேட் ஆஃப் இன்கார்பரேஷன். ஸோ பப்ளிக் கம்பெனியாக இருந்தால் ஆஃப்டர் த ரெஜிஸ்ட்ரேஷனுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் நம்ம என்ன பண்ணோம், ஸ்டார்ட் த பிஸ்னஸ் கமெண்ட்ஸ் பண்ணணும், நான் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ண போகிறேன்னு. பட் ப்ரைவேட்டுக்கு அந்த நெசசிட்டி இல்லை. ஓகேங்களா, ஆஃப்டர் வந்து வெரிஃபிகேஷன் முடிஞ்சதுக்கப்புறமா நம்ம என்ன பண்ணிக்கலாம், பெர்மிஷன் வாங்க உடனே கமெண்ட்ஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம், பிஸ்னஸ் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ண போகிறன்றதை தெரிவிச்சுக்கலாம். Then according to section 35 of Companies Act, certificate of incorporation that is issued by the registrar is a conclusive evidence that all the requirements relating to registration have been compiled by the company and the company is authorized to be registered under the act. Once certificate of incorporation is issued by registrar, nobody can question the validity of this certificate even if the certificate is wrongly issued. Next, preparation of memorandum and articles of association. The memorandum of association is the charter of a company. It is a document which amongst other things defines the area within which the company can operate. the name, first one is it contains name class, situation class, objective class, capital class, liability class and subscription class. So these are all the content of memorandum of association. Memorandum of association class, MOE, memorandum of association class. First one, name class, the name. So it specify the it specifies that name of the company, it's a name class. The second one class, register office class, it denotes the state name where the company's registered office is located, that is situated. Then third one, object class, it states the objectives of the company. Liability class, it specifies the liability of members of the company. Then fifth one, capital class, it specifies the details of capital proposed in company. Then last one, subscription class, it states the members subscribing their signature in memorandum. So these are all the content of the memorandum of association. In the case of one person company, in the event of death of the subscriber, the name of the persons who shall become the member of the company must be stated in the memorandum of association of a company. The second most important document, articles of association. What are the content of articles of association? First one, rules and regulations for the internal management of the company. So articles of association internal management பற்றி நம்ம டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணுறது நம்ம ஆர்டிகல் சொல்கிறோம். ஸோ எக்ஸ்டர்னலில் பற்றி நம்ம எக்ஸ்டர்னல் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் பற்றி டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணுறது மெமோரண்டம் ஆஃப் அசோசியேஷன் சொல்கிறோம். த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஒன், இட் கண்டைன்ஸ் த மேனர் இன் விச் த அப்ஜெக்டிவ்ஸ் ஆர் டு பி அச்சீவ்ட் ஆஸ் mentioned in memorandum of association. It lays down the guidelines for administration and management of the company, section 5 out of 1. For example, company's purpose. Then second one, appointed for director. இங்கே பாருங்க, okay. First one, according to section 35 of Companies Act, certificate of incorporation is issued by the regulations is a conclusive evidence that all the requirements relating to registration have been compiled. Okay, so see the picture. Articles of associations under the content, directors, auditing of a company, then voting rights. So in the case of directors, under share capital, general meeting, line of shares. Then auditing of a company, conservation of shares into stock, for features and surrenders of shares, transfer and transmissions of shares. Then voting rights, winding up of the company. Winding up means resolution of the end of the அந்த பார்ட்டுக்கு நம்ம கொண்டு வந்துடும், resolution of the company. So these are all the articles of under the articles of association. Then third point, declaration from the professional. A declaration form must be filled by a person whose name stated in articles of association, stating that all the requirements of this act and the rules in force in respect of registration and matters precedent or incidental thereto have been complied with. Then fourth one, preparation of affidavit from the subscribers to the memorandum. According to section 7 out of 1 out of C, the subscribers to the memorandum should file on affidavit form individually that he or she is not convicted of any offense in connection with the promotion, formation or management of any company, or that he has not been found guilty of one fraud or misfeasance of any breach of duty to any company under this act, and that all the documents filed with the registrar for registration of the company contain information that is correct and complete and true to the best of his knowledge and belief. Then fourth one, furnishing verification of registration office. Under section 12, a company shall on and from the 15th day of its incorporations and at all times thereafter have a registered office capable of receiving and acknowledging all communications and notices as may be addressed to it. The company can furnish to the registrar verifications of registered office within 30 days of incorporation. So important line, after verification நம்ம 30 days after, அதாவது வெரிஃபிகேஷன் ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணதுக்கப்புறம் நம்ம பார்த்தீங்கன்னா வித்தின் 30 டேஸ்க்குள்ளே நம்ம என்ன பண்ணோம், இன்கார்பரேஷன் ஆயிருக்கா நம்ம கம்பெனி, நம்மளோட நேம் அதில் வந்து என்ட்ரு ஆயிருக்கான்னு பார்த்துக்கணும். வித்தின் 30 days of incorporation in the manner prescribed. Then next one, particular of subscribers. Section 7 out of 1 E requires the filling of the particulars of name including surname or family name, then residential address, nationality and other particulars of every subscriber to the memorandum along with proof or identity as may be prescribed, and in the case of a subscriber being a body corporate, such particulars as may be prescribed. ஸோ ஐடென்டிஃபிகேஷன்ஸ்க்கு நம்ம என்னெல்லாம் ஆதார் கார்டு, பேன் கார்டு, அதுக்கப்புறம் பார்த்திங்கன்னா அஃபிஷியல் அதாவது லைசன்ஸ், இது எல்லாமே நமக்கு கொடுத்துருக்காங்க பாருங்க, ஓகேங்களா. டிரைவிங் லைசன்ஸு இதெல்லாம் நமக்கு வந்து நம்மளுடைய ஐடென்டிஃபிகேஷனுக்காக நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுறது, ஏதாவது ஒரு இது நம்ம ப்ரூஃபை அவங்கக்கிட்ட சப்மிட் பண்ணணும். தென் particulars of first directors along with their consent to act as directors. Section 7 out of 1F requires filling of the particulars of the person mentioned in the articles as the first directors of the company, their names including surnames or family names, the director identification number, residential address, nationality and such other particulars including proof or identity as may be prescribed. See the picture, consent to act as, அக்ரி, ஐ டிஸ்அக்ரின்னு கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. ஒரு அக்ரியாக இருந்தால் டிக் பண்ணுறாங்க. இது எல்லாமே இருந்துச்சுன்னு சொன்னால் அக்ரி பண்ணிக்கிறாங்க, ஓகேங்களா. மென்ஷனிங் த டைரக்டர், யார் மென்ஷன் பண்ணுறாங்க, டைரக்டர் மென்ஷன் பண்ணுறாங்க, ஓகே அப்படின்னு நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுறாங்க, ஐ அக்ரி அப்படின்னு கொடுக்குறாங்க பாருங்க. நெக்ஸ்ட், பவர் ஆஃப் அட்டானமி. The power of autonomy with a view to fulfilling the various formalities that are required for incorporations of a company. The promoters may appoint an autonomy empowering him or her to carry out the instructions or requirements stipulated by the registrar. This requires executions of power of autonomy on a non-judicial stamp paper for a value prescribed in the respective state stamp laws. This is a power of autonomy. Attorney. Next, capital subscription. It's a third stage. Both private company and public company not having share capital can commence its business after the completion of the above stages. But a public limited company having its shares capital has to pass through two more stages. One of them is capital subscription and then commencement of business. That is a capital subscription. Capital subscription, a SEBI approval, filling of prospects, appointment of bankers, brokers, underwriters, minimum subscription, application to stock exchange, allotment of shares. So these are the including capital subscription. Steps to be taken in capital subscription stages are listed below. The fulfilling formalities to raise necessary capital, adhering to SEBI guidelines in this regard, observing guidelines for disclosure and investor protection issued by SEBI, issuing prospects, appointing official banker of the company for receiving application from the investors. There are steps to be taken in the capital formation, that fulfilling the condition for valid allotment by director, passing resolution for making allotment by director, dispatch allotment letters to allottees, filling the allotment return with the registrar, issuing share certificates in exchange for their allotment letter, ensuring collection of minimum subscription. These are the steps to follow the capital structure. Then commencement of business, fourth stage. As per section 11 of the Act, a company having share capital should fill with the registrar declaration stating that every subscriber to the memorandum has paid the value of shares agreed to be taken by him. Paid up capital is not less than rupees 5 lakhs in the case of public limited company and rupees 1 lakh in the case of private limited company. Public company இருந்துச்சுன்னா rupees 5 lakh குறையாமல் நமக்கு இருக்கணும்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. நம்ம செலுத்தக்கூடிய முதல் வந்து less than 5 lakh, குறைந்தபட்சம் 5 லட்சமாவது நமக்கு என்ன பண்ணணும் இருக்கும் நம்ம செலுத்தக்கூடிய முதல்ல அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. பட் ப்ரைவேட் இந்த கேஸ் ஆஃப் ப்ரைவேட் லிமிடெட் கம்பெனியாக இருந்துச்சுன்னா rupees 1 lakh in the case of private limited company. It has filled the registrar the verification of the registered office. These restrictions in section 11 are applicable to companies having share capital. It can commence business only after fulfilling all the formalities mentioned above and exercise borrowing powers immediately after incorporation. There are first one, provision specifically relating to incorporations of one person company. According to section 3 out of 1, the memorandum of one person company shall indicate the name of the other person with his superior written consent in the prescribed form, who shall in the event of the subscriber's death or his incapacity to contact become the member of the company, and the written consent of such person shall also be filled with the registrar at the time of incorporation of the one person company along with its memorandum and articles of association. Share and share capital. The term capital means is viewed by a layman as the money which a business persons invest in the business, and in case of company raise the capital by issue of shares. They uses this money to meet its requirements by way of acquiring business premises and stock in trade, which are called the fixed capital and the circulating capital respectively. It is known as the share and share kinds of share capital. The phrase loan or borrowed capital is sometimes used to mean money borrowed by the company and secured by issuing debentures. This, however, is not the proper use of the word capital. Borrowed capital, debentures, bonds, loans from institutions. The next one, in case of company limited by shares, the word capital means the share capital. There is the capital is terms of rupees divided into specified number of shares, each having fixed rupee value. For example, share capital of a company is rupees 10 lakhs, which can be divided into 10,000. So shares of rupees 100 each, or 1 lakh shares of rupees 10 each, whichever is reasonable to the company. So it is known as the share capital. What in by share? The term share is viewed by a layman as a fraction or portion of total capital of the company which have equal denomination. In simple, the total capital of the company is shared by many persons and each share is having equal value. According to section 2 out of 84 of the Companies Act 2013 says share means share in the share capital of a company. It includes stock except where a distinctions between stock and share is expressed or implied. It is known as the share. What are the types of share capital? According to section 43 of the Act, a company which is limited by shares can issue two classes of shares. They are equity share capital, then another one is preference share capital. So equity share capital under with voting rights or with their differential rights as to dividend, voting or otherwise in accordance with such rules as may be prescribed. Then second one, preference shares. Preference shares, that is a share, should be divided into two categories. One is equity share, then another one is preference share. Meaning of equity share: those shares which are not called as preference share or known as equity share or the share of a company which do not have any preferential rights with regard to dividend and repayment of shares capital at the time of liquidations of a company is also known as ordinary share. It may be noted that the only when the company, so it may be noted that the dividend is payable only when the company earns adequate profits and the rate of dividend is recommended by the board of directors and declared at the general board meeting. The rate of dividend is not a fixed one in all the years. So where a company earn loss, no dividend is payable to any shareholders in that year. அதாவது ப்ராஃபிட் ஏர்ன் பண்ணாங்கன்னா வரக்கூடிய லாபத்தில் ஷேரிங் உண்டு. பட் லாஸ் ஏர்ன் பண்ணாங்கன்னா அது என்ன கிடையாது, அவங்களுக்கு ஷேரிங் கிடையாது அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. லாஸ் நோ டிவிடெண்ட் இஸ் பேயபிள், அது ஏர்ன் லாஸ் நோ டிவிடெண்ட் இஸ் பேயபிள் டு எனி ஷேர் ஹோல்டர்ஸ். யாருக்குமே என்ன கிடையாது, அந்த இயற்கான பெனிஃபிட் லாபம் வந்து நமக்கு லாபம் ஈட்டில் நஷ்டம் தான் வந்துச்சு அப்படின்னு சொன்னால் அவங்களுக்கான பங்காதாயம் யாருக்குமே வழங்கப்பட மாட்டாது அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. இதுதான் நம்ம என்னென்னு சொல்கிறோம், ப்ரிஃபரன்ஸ் ஷேர் ஹோல்டர்னு சொல்கிறோம். ஓகேங்களா? த நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன் மீனிங், அது ஈக்விட்டி ஷேர் ஹோல்டர், இது மீனிங் ஆஃப் ப்ரிஃபரன்ஸ் ஷேர்ஸ். அது முன்னுரிமை பங்குதாரர் அப்படின்னா என்னென்னா, இட் மீன்ஸ் செக்ஷன் 42 ஆஃப் த கம்பெனிஸ் ஆக்ட் 2013, the term preference shares means that part of the share capital the holders of which have a preferential right over payment of dividend, that is a fixed amount of rate. ஆனால் பட் ஈக்விட்டி ஷேர் ஹோல்டருக்கு ரேட் வந்து ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணிக்க மாட்டாங்க. இவங்க வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஃபிக்ஸட் அமௌண்ட் ஆர் ரேட் அண்ட் ரீபேமெண்ட் ஆஃப் ஷேர் கேபிட்டல் இன் த ஈவெண்ட் ஆஃப் வைண்டிங் அப் ஆஃப் த கம்பெனி. அதாவது வைண்டிங் அப்னா கம்பெனியை க்ளோஸ் பண்ணும்போது, டிசல்யூஷன் பண்ணும்போது நம்ம ரேட் வந்து நம்ம என்ன பண்ணிக்கலாம், ரீபே பண்ணணும் அப்படின்றத ஃபஸ்ட்டு ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணிக்கிறோம். இட் இஸ் ஏ ப்ரிஃபரன்ஸ் ஷேர்ஸ். ஸோ see the picture, ப்ரிஃபர்ட் ஷேர்ஸ் அதனுடைய டைப்ஸ் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க பாருங்கள். ஓகே, தென் ப்ரிஃபரன்ஸ் ஷேர்ஸ். First one, cumulative preference shares, non-cumulative preference shares, then preference shares, non-cumulative preference shares. இங்கே பாருங்கள், preference shares should be two types. One is cumulative preference shares and another one is அதாவது non-cumulative preference shares. Next வந்து participatory preference shares, non-participating preference shares. Okay, so this is the types of preference shares. First one is kinds of preference shares, 8 types. Cumulative preference shares and non-cumulative preference shares. Cumulative preference shares means, as the word indicates, all dividends are carried forward until specified and paid out only at the end of the specified period. It is known as the cumulative preference shares. In case of non-cumulative preference shares, dividends are paid out of profits for every year. It is known as the non-cumulative preference shares. Redeemable preference shares. It can be claimed after a fixed period or after giving due notice. Non-redeemable preference share means such shares cannot be redeemed during the lifetime of the company but can only be obtained at the time of winding up. It is a liquidation. என்ன சொல்கிறோம், அதை redeemable non-redeemable preference shares அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறோம். Then convertible preference share. There are 8 types of shares. First one is cumulative preference shares and non-cumulative preference shares. Then second one, convertible preference shares. The shares can be converted into equity shares after a time period or as per the condition laid down in the terms. Then non-convertible preference shares. Non-convertible preference shares cannot be converted into equity shares. It is known as the convertible and non-convertible preference shares. Then fourth one, participating preference shares. First one, cumulative, non-cumulative. Then second one, redeemable, non-redeemable, unredeemable சொல்கிறோம். Then third one convertible preference shares and non-convertible preference shares. And fourth one, participating preference shares and non-participating preference shares சொல்கிறோம். Participating preference shares, such shares have the right to participate in any additional profits after paying the equity shareholders. The surplus of profits is apart from the fixed dividend paid up for preference shares. The non-participating preference shares. Non-participating preference shares are any do not possess any right to participate in surplus profits, surplus gain at the time of liquidations of the company. It is known as the participating preference shares and non-participating preference shares. Then fifth one, tenure of preference shares. Tenure of preference shares continued as 20 years except for infrastructural projects. Companies having infrastructure project can issue preference shares for more than 20 years but up to 30 years subject to minimum 10% redemption of such preference shares from 21st year onwards or earlier. It is known as the tenure of preference shares. The next one, issue of shares, bonus share and right share. Issue of shares at par. Normally shares are issued at their face value or par value, that is at a price mentioned on the face of share certificate concerned. There is no legal restrictions on issuing shares par value or face value. It's a bonus shares, right issue. Issue of shares at a premium. When shares are issued at a price above the face value or nominal value, they are said to be issued at a premium. For example, a share having the face value of rupees 10 is issued at rupees 12. Here rupees 2 is the premium value. The difference is known as the premium value. Then the next one, the amount of share premium has to be transferred to the securities premium account. This account is capital in nature and can only be utilized for the purposes specified by the Act under Section 78 wise. Issue of fully paid bonus shares to members of the company, to write off preliminary expenses, to write off the expenses of issue or commission paid or discount allowed on issue of shares or debentures of the company, to provide for the payment of premium on the redemptions of any redeemable preference shares or debentures of the company. Then the next one, thus the securities premium account cannot be treated as a revenue reserve for distributing dividends. So these are all the amount of share premium has to be transferred to the securities premium account. Issue of securities at a discount, when the shares are issued at a price below, above இருந்துச்சுன்னா நம்ம ப்ரீமியம் சொல்கிறோம். ஃபேஸ் வேல்யூ ஆர் நாமினலோட கம்பேர் பண்ணும்போது ஹையஸ்ட் வேல்யூ வந்துச்சுன்னா அது ப்ரீமியம் சொல்கிறோம். பட் லோயஸ்ட் வேல்யூவாக இருந்துச்சுன்னா அது பிலோ த ஃபேஸ் வேல்யூ ஆர் நாமினல் வேல்யூ தே ஆர் செட் டு பி issued at a discount. For example, a share having the face value of ₹10 is issued at ₹8. The Companies Act 2013 prohibits the issue of shares at discount, section 53, except sweet equity share. Sweet equity share. Under section 54 of the Companies Act 2013, sweet equity shares can be issued at a discount. Sweet equity shares means issue of shares to employees or directors at a lower price for cash or other than cash, in lieu of providing know-how or making available rights in the nature of intellectual property rights or any value additions. It's known as the sweet equity shares. Then bonus shares. A company may, if its articles provide, capitalize its profits by issuing fully paid bonus shares. The issue of bonus shares by a company is a common feature. In simple, bonus share means to utilize the company's reserves and surpluses issue of shares to existing shareholders without taking any consideration is known as the bonus share. It can be issued by making partly paid shares as fully paid. Then private placement. Private placement means offer or invitation to subscribe to securities to a select group of persons through private placement offer letter. The number of subscribers under private placement should not exceed 50 members or such numbers prescribed. Qualified institutional buyers and employees holding shares under stock option plans should be excluded in country the maximum members mentioned above, but companies going for private placement should fulfill certain condition mentioned in Companies Act 2013 in this regard. Then only the private placement. Next, right shares. Right shares are the shares which are issued by the company with the aim of increasing the subscribed share capital of the company by further issue if it is authorized by its articles. The right shares are primarily issued to the existing equity shareholders through a letter of an issue on pro rata basis. Right issue and right shares. Share certificate and a share warrant. A share certificate is an instrument in writing that is a legal proof of the ownership of the number of shares stated in it. It's a share certificate. Then share warrant means every company limited by shares, whether it is public or private, must issue the share certificate to its shareholders, except in case where shares are held in demutualization system. It is known as the share warrant. According to section 45 of the Companies Act 2013, each share of the share capital of the company shall be distinguished with a distinct number for its individual identification. However, such distinction shall not be required if the shares are held by a person whose name is entered as holder of the beneficial interest as per the records of a company. Then share certificate and share warrant. The share certificate contains the following details in it. They are company name, date of issue, details of the member, shares held, nominal value, paid up value, definite number. The share certificate is issued by the company within 3 months of the allotment of shares to the applicants, which is issued under the common seal of the company. Normally, the holder of the share certificate is regarded as the member of the company. Then share warrant. A share warrant is a negotiable instrument. Negotiable means change பண்ணிக்கலாம் ஓகேங்களா. It is to be changeable. Issued by the public limited company only against fully paid up shares. It is also termed as a document of title because the holder of the share warrant is entitled to the number of shares mentioned in it. There is no compulsions of the issue of share warrants by the company. Although if the public company wants to issue share warrants, then period approval of the central government, that is CG, is required. Further, the issue of a share warrant must be authorized in the articles of associations of the company. It is known as the share warrant or the content. The holder of the share warrant can take a share certificate only if holder surrenders the share warrant and pays the required fee for the issue of share certificate. Then therefore the company will cancel the warrant and issue a new share certificate to him, as well as the company will enter his name as the member of the company in the register of members, after which he will become a member of the company. Generally, the holder of the share warrant is not the members of the company, but the articles of associations of the company provided. Then the bearer is deemed to be the member of the company. Then share and stock. The definition of the term share under the Companies Act 1956, Section 2 out of 46 induced stock. A company can convert its shares into stock and vice versa by following the provisions of Table A, Articles 36 to 39. The stock is created from fully paid shares by passing an ordinary resolution in the general meeting. The articles of association of the company must permit this conversion. The next, debentures. What do you mean debentures? Debentures means adequate amount of capital is necessary to run a business effectively or successfully. In some cases, capital arranged through internal resources, that is by way of issuing equity share capital or is using accumulated profit is not adequate, and the organization is resorted to external resources of arranging capital, that is external commercial borrowing ECP, debentures, bank loan, public fixed deposit, etc. This is the meaning of the debentures. When a company needs funds for extension and development purpose without increasing its shares capital, it can borrow from the general public by issuing certificates for a fixed period of time and at a fixed rate of interest. Such a loan certificate is called a debenture. Debentures are offered to the public for subscription in the same way as for issue of equity shares. Debenture is issued under the common seal of the company, acknowledging the receipt of money. Definition. According to Section 2 out of 30 of Companies Act 2013, debentures includes debenture stock, bonds, or any other instrument of a company evidencing a debt, whether constituting a charge on the assets of the company or not. It is evident from the definition that the term debentures covers both secured and unsecured debenture. What are the futures of debentures? It is issued by the company in the form of a certificate under the common seal. It is a movable property. Debentures holders are the creditors of the company. Debentures carry a fixed rate of interest. Debentures is redeemed after a fixed period of time. Debentures may be either secured or unsecured. Interest payable on a debenture is a change against profit and hence it is a tax deductible expenditure. Debentures holders do not enjoy any voting right. Interest on debentures is payable even if there is a loss. These are features of the debentures. And what are the kinds of debentures? Debentures are generally classified into different categories on the basis of convertibility of the instrument, security of the instrument, redemption ability, then registering. Registering. So these are the kinds of debentures. First, on the basis of convertibility. Non-convertible debentures. These instruments retain the debt characters and cannot be converted into equity shares. Partly convertible debentures. A part of these instruments are converted into equity shares in the future at notice of the issuer. The issuer decides the ratio for conversion. This is normally decided at the time of subscription. So fully convertible debentures. These are fully convertible into equity shares at the issuer's notice. The ratio of conversion is decided by the issuer. Upon conversions, the investors enjoy the same states and ordinary shareholders of the company. Optionally convertible debentures. The investors has the option to either convert these debentures into shares at a price decided by the issuer agreed upon at the time of issue. Then on the basis of security, the types of NCDs. Secured NCDs, unsecured NCDs. In the case of secured NCD, a secured NCD is one that is backed by the company's assets. In case the company fails to pay, investors can claim payment through liquidations. In the case of unsecured NCDs, an unsecured NCDs is one that it is not backed by the company's assets, and as a result they are riskier than secured NCDs. So secured debentures. These instruments are secured by a change on the fixed assets of the issuer company. So if the issuer fails on payment either the principal or interest amount, such fixed assets can be sold to repay the liability to the investors. Then unsecured debentures. These instruments are unsecured in the sense that if the issuer default on payment of the interest or principal amount, the investor has to be included as unsecured creditors of the company. On the basis of redeemability. Redeemable debentures. It refers to the debentures which are issued with a condition that the debentures will be redeemed at a fixed date or upon demand or after notice or under a system of periodical drawings. Debentures are generally redeemable and on redemptions this can be reissued or cancelled. Perpetuals are irredeemable debentures. A debentures in which no specific time is specified by the companies to pay back the money, it's called an irredeemable debentures. The debentures holder cannot demand repayment as long as the company is a going concern. Issuing company has to pay interest periodically, but all debentures, whether redeemable or irredeemable, become payable on the company going into liquidation. However, after the commencement of the Companies Act 2013, now a company cannot issue perpetuals or irredeemable debentures. It's the based on perpetual or irredeemable debentures. On the basis of registration. A registration debentures. Registered debentures are issued in the name of a particular person whose names appears on the debenture certificate and who is registered by the company as holder on the register of debentures holders. Then bearer debentures. Bearer debentures on the other hand are issued to bearer and are negotiable instruments and so transferable by mere delivery like share warrant. Then last one topic, the difference between debentures and shares. The case of debentures, debentures constitute a loan, but shares are part of the capital of a company. Then second one, in the case of debentures, middle and lower level, but shares top level. The case of debentures, holders gets fixed rate of interest which carries a priority over dividend, but shareholders gets dividends with a varying rate. Debentures generally have a charge on the assets of the company, but shares do not carry and such charges. The debentures can be issued at a discount without restriction, but share cannot be issued at a discount. The rate of interest is fixed in the case of debentures, but shares whereas on equity shares, the dividend varies from year to year depending upon the profit of the company and the board of directors decisions to declare dividends or not. Then debentures holders do not have any voting rights, but shareholders enjoy voting right. The case of debenture, interest on debentures is payable even if there are no profit, there is even out of capital, but share dividend can be paid to shareholders only out of the profits of the company and not otherwise. Then last one, return interest paid on debentures is a business expenditures and allowed deduction from profit, but in the case of shares, dividend is not allowable deduction as business expenditure. Then case of debenture, return of allotment is not required for allotment of debentures, but share return of allotment in e-forms number 2 is to be filled for allotment of shares. So these are all the differences in shares and debentures. So students, this lesson is over. So understand the concept. I will give some assignment. Write it in the assignment notebook. If you have any doubt, please contact me. Thank you, students.